Welcome to today's yoga. Let's start off first of all, shoulders drawn down, arms relaxed, feet spread, standing tall, and just breathe. So breathing in through your nose, let that breath travel into your rib cage, into your tummy. Breathing out. So nice slow breath in and out. Time. Now let's breathe in, lifting your arms up. Breathe out, bringing them back down. So a nice big breath in and out. As you're breathing out, imagine you're narrowing your throat, breathing out through a straw. So you're making that Darth Vader-like sound in your throat. One more time. Taking your arms out to shoulder level and back down. Again, breathing in, expanding into the sides of your ribs, breathing out. Take a breath in. This time, round your upper back, squeeze that air out. Breath in again, open your arms, extending in your back. Breath out, rounding your back. Breath in, opening. Arms out wide, and just twisting round from side to side. Coming back to the center, flexing from side to side. Bending those knees. Each time, just trying to come a little lower. Take your feet a little wider. Notice the difference. Can you come lower now that your feet are wider? Bring those feet back in, rising up on your toes, a big circle with your arms. Let's step your right foot back. Foot turns out, warrior one. Bending your front knee. Arms lift, shoulders drawn down your back. Just breathe. Step back a little further, turn your foot to the side and open those arms. One arm forward, one arm back. Check your front knees not wobbled in. Come a little lower. And again, focus on your breath today. In and out through your nose. Slow and calm. Back foot onto the toes as you turn your hips forward again and sink down into your lunge. Clasp your hands, lift them. Draw your shoulders down again and breathe. Hands to the floor, step in, forward fold. Take a breath in and rise back up. So let's step left leg back. Warrior one, foot slightly turns out, hips, shoulders still facing forward. Breathing into that upper back between your shoulder blades. All the way down into your belly. Step your foot a little further back, turn your foot out, warrior two. Check knee alignment at the front. Turn that back foot onto the toes. Find your balance. Lunge. Step in again, forward fold. Breath in and rise. So let's have a sun salutation. Breath in forward fold, breath out. Breath in, stepping back to plank. Breathing out as you lower down to the floor. Breath in, up dog. Push back up to down dog. Stepping in, forward fold. Breathe out. Take a breath in and rise. So warrior one, right foot steps back. Using that breath. Open into warrior two, feet a little wider, back foot turns out. Into your lunge, turn the back foot to the toes. Into your plank. Hover down to the floor. Up facing. Push back up to down dog. And let's just hold that down dog, breathing in and out. Tilting your hips up, trying to lower your heels. Stepping your right foot forward, turn the back foot as you rise back up, warrior one. Shoulders drawn down. Open that back foot, warrior two. Turn the back foot onto the toes as you turn your hips to face forward into your lunge. Hands down as we step back to plank, hovering down to the floor. Breath in, up facing. Push back up to down dog. Stepping in, forward fold. Take a breath in and rise. Let's make our way down to the floor. We're going to start off on our hands and knees. So a little box position on your hands and knees. First of all, stretching your right leg out behind you. Now turn the hip and foot as you look to the right. Lifting your right arm and balance. Hand and knee back down, change sides. Lengthen your leg, turn your hip and foot, turn your head, lift your arm. Back to the center. Let's try that again. This time, imagine a line running down the middle of your mat. So bring your knee, ankle, hand, all on that line. Stretch your leg back. Turn your hip and foot, turn your head. So this will be a little bit more difficult to balance now. Just check again that foot hasn't moved out to the side. It's still in line with your knee. Push through your hand. So a more challenging balance. Back to the center. Okay, so line down the middle of your mat. Hand on that line, knee on that line, toes on that line. Lengthen your back leg, turn and focus. And relax there. Let's have a little stretch back in child's pose. So again, just breathing into your back. Relaxing your shoulders. Back up onto our hands and knees. Cat stretch. So you're going to round your back first, tucking that tail, tucking your head. Then start to tilt your pelvis as you lift your tailbone. Your lower back dips and head lifts. So this time, tucking that pelvis. So you're going to tuck your tailbone, rounding your spine, rounding your shoulders, drop your head. Tilt the pelvis up, little dip in your back, shoulders pull back, head lifts. So just moving from one to the other. Relaxing there. Let's come back up to sitting. So stretching your legs out in front of you. A little wiggle back on those sitting bones. Draw up tall in your spine and just flexing your ankles. Now keeping that length in your spine, hinge from the hips as you fold forward. Relax your feet if you need to. Keep that chest and head lifted. Think about your knees pushing down into the mat. So imagine you're pinching those shoulder blades back, but not letting it round. Good. Roll back up. Take your feet a little bit wider now, so as wide as your mat. Again, have a little wiggle back on those sitting bones. We're just going to walk your hands forward, but again, keep that head and chest lifted, so don't start to round. Imagine you're pushing your hips back, pushing your knees down. If you want to, you could rest your hands on your knees or your elbows on your knees, but again, don't shrunk those shoulders. Bring your legs together this time, hands on the outside, and again, keep that tall spine as you just hinge from the hips. And then relaxing there. Let's make our way onto your back. So let's have those arms out wide. Tilt your knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Take a nice big breath in and out. So just relax your feet, relax your knees. Now grab hold of your top leg, gently pull it across. Make sure you're still keeping that left shoulder blade glued to the floor. And release. Roll back to the center. So change, tilt your knees to the left, turn your head to the right. And again, just make sure those shoulder blades are flat on the floor. Take a big breath in and out. Grab hold of that top leg again, gently pulling across, keeping your right shoulder blade on the floor. rolling back to the center, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Stretch your left leg out along the floor and just flex both ankles. Now straightening your right leg up to the ceiling. Keep your lower back pushing into the floor. Bend your knee, change legs. So first of all, hug your left knee to chest, stretch your right leg out along the floor. Now straightening your left leg up to the ceiling, still keeping that lower back pushing into the floor. Bending your knees, have a little hug. Now we're going to roll over into child's pose. If you don't find child's pose comfortable though, stay on your back. Or you can put a little cushion behind your bum and your knees. You can rest your head on a cushion, on your hands, or head on the floor. Just think about your breath in and out through your nose, slow and steady. Take a breath in. Let's push ourselves back up to down dog. If you're on your back, just have a little hug and a rock from side to side and make your way back up to sitting. Walk your feet forward from down dog. Roll back up to standing. Take a big breath in, whether you're seated or standing. Hands to heart, breathe out. Well done. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that breath work with movement helped you just slow down, calm your sympathetic system down, reduce any stress and anxiety, as well as helping with your flexibility. See you another time.